What makes a mother's love so powerful? Is it the quiet support, the relentless protection? In the world of anime, some mothers are more than just characters. They're living embodiments of a deep psychological symbol known as the Great Mother. But there is a hidden layer to this story. In psychology, the journey to becoming a hero, to achieving self-realization, requires a child to eventually separate their own identity from this maternal influence. Today, we're exploring how anime's most iconic moms represent the life-giving energy of the universe, and how their care and skill provide the foundation for their children to eventually stand alone. Before we get into the worlds of Saiyans and Shinobi, we have to talk about one of history's most influential thinkers, Carl Jung. Jung believed that all of humanity shares a collective unconscious, a psychic inheritance filled with universal symbols he called archetypes. The Great Mother is perhaps the most fundamental. She symbolizes fertility, growth, and wisdom, often represented by figures like the Virgin Mary or Mother Earth. However, Jung saw a duality here. There is the nurturing mother who sustains life and the terrible mother who smothers it. To be a good, nurturing mother requires incredible skill. It is the art of providing unconditional love and protection while secretly preparing the child for the day they must break away to find their own soul. Today, we focus on that fiercely positive side, the force that empowers and heals. Let's start with a character who's often misunderstood, Chi-Chi from Dragon Ball Z, often labeled an overbearing tiger mom. Chi-Chi's actions are a masterclass in the protective aspect of the archetype. In a universe where planets are casually destroyed, Chi-Chi is the anchor. Her obsession with Gohan's education isn't about control, it's about nurturing a future beyond violence. She understands that for Gohan to achieve self-realization, he cannot just be a mini Goku. By pushing him toward scholarship, she provides him with an identity separate from his father's warrior shadow. She is the Mother Earth of the Sun family, trying to cultivate a garden of peace in a wasteland of war. Her skill lies in her resilience, raising two sons often as a single parent, ensuring they have the moral and intellectual soil needed to grow into men of character. Newer to the pantheon, but no less significant, is Yor Forger from Spy X family. Yor represents a fascinating evolution of the archetype, the learned mother. Because Anya is not her biological child, Yor's nurturing is a conscious choice, a display of immense care and effort. Yor often feels inadequate, yet she embodies the wisdom and protection of the Great Mother perfectly. Her skill is literal. As the Thorn Princess, she is the ultimate shield, but her true nurturing comes through her gentleness. She provides Anya with the safe space necessary for a telepathic child to feel secure. Yor shows us that the mother archetype isn't just about biology. It's about the life-giving energy you pour into another soul. By protecting Anya's innocence, Yor allows Anya the freedom to develop her own identity in a world of espionage. In Full Metal Alchemist, Trisha Elric illustrates the archetype as a sacred compass. Her influence is felt most powerfully in her absence. Raising Edward and Alphonse alone, she encouraged their curiosity with the gentle support of a mother who saw her children as independent spirits, not extensions of herself. Her death is the original sin of the series, but her memory is what prevents her sons from losing their humanity. Trisha symbolizes the compassion and life-giving energy that persists even after the physical form is gone. For Ed and Al, the journey of self-realization involves moving past the ghost of the mother, learning that they cannot create life through alchemy, but must honor the life she gave them by living for themselves. Inko Midoriya from My Hero Academia represents the empathy of the archetype. In a world of superpowers, Inko's quirk is her capacity for unconditional love. When she hand makes Izuku's first costume, costume, she isn't just sewing fabric. She is weaving her belief into his very identity. However, Inko also shows the pain of the separation process. She is terrified for Izuku's safety, but she possesses the skill of a great mother, the ability to step back. By eventually supporting his journey at UA, she allows Izuku to separate his identity from her protection so he can become the symbol of peace. She provides the emotional foundation that makes his heroism possible. In the vast landscape of anime, we often find ourselves following the orphan hero. From Goku and Naruto to Eren Yeager, so many protagonists begin their journey in a void, defined by the absence of a parental anchor. While this creates a blank slate for adventure, it makes the presence of a truly nurturing mother not just a plot point, but a profound narrative miracle. When an anime gives us a mother who stays, who cares, and who sacrifices, it shifts the story from a cold quest for power to a warm journey of soul realization. This is the Great Mother Archetype in action. She is the life-giving energy that Carl Jung spoke of, the psychological soil that allows a hero to grow. In stories where parents are missing, the world feels transactional and harsh. But a mother like Inko Midoriya or Bellemère introduces a different law, the law of unconditional love. This isn't just about being nice, it is a specialized skill. It is the art of protection, creating a sanctuary where the child can fail safely. Wisdom, teaching the hero that their value isn't tied to their power level, but to their humanity. Fertility, planting the seeds of empathy that will eventually allow the hero to save others. The Great Mother provides the psychic map. For a protagonist to reach self-realization, they must eventually separate from this maternal influence, stepping out of the garden and into the wild. But they don't go empty-handed. They carry her compassion as their armor and her nurturing as their fuel. When you watch these stories, remember, a hero without a mother might find power, but a hero with a nurturing mother finds a purpose. Her love becomes the light that ensures that even when the world gets dark, the hero knows exactly who they are and where they came from. Kushina Uzumaki of Naruto is the ultimate sacrificial protector. Her love is a literal shield. When she and Minato give their lives to save Naruto, she seals her chakra inside him, ensuring that her nurturing presence remains a part of his biological and spiritual makeup. Kushina embodies the fertility and growth of the Great Mother. Her final words to Naruto are a manifesto of nurturing care. Eat well, study hard, find a dream. This isn't just advice, it's the wisdom of the archetype. Her sacrifice provides Naruto with the inner mother he needs to survive years of loneliness, eventually allowing him to find his own identity as the 7th Hokage. Finally, Hana from Wolf Children perfectly illustrates the Mother Earth aspect. She moves to the wilderness to raise children who are half-wolf, adapting her entire life to their nature. Hana's story is the most profound example of the journey towards self-realization. She nurtures 2 children with vastly different paths, one who wants to be human and one who wants to be a wolf. Hana's greatest skill is her wisdom in letting go. When her son Amy chooses the forest, her heart breaks, but she lets him go. This is the pinnacle of the archetype, providing the love and protection to grow the child, and the courage to let them become someone entirely different from you. While we often see the Great Mother archetype as a figure of soft warmth, Bellemère from One Piece reminds us that the archetype is also one of fierce survival. A former Marine with a troubled past, Bellemère's journey to motherhood. By adopting Nami and Nojiko, she transitioned from a life of naval warfare to a life of nurturing and growth. Bellemère represents the Mother Earth aspect through her deep connection to her tangerine farming orchard. Her skill as a nurturer was her ability to provide a sense of abundance even in the face of crushing poverty. She would often skip meals, pretending she wasn't hungry so her daughters could eat. embodying the compassion and protection inherent to the archetype. This act of sacrificial love provided the psychological seed for Nami's eventual self-realization. While Nami had to temporarily separate herself from Bellemère's peaceful life to survive under Arlong, it was the wisdom and nurturing energy Bellemère left behind, symbolized by those tangerines, that gave Nami the strength to eventually reclaim her own freedom. Bellemère proves that the Great Mother isn't just a caregiver. She is the moral foundation upon which a child's entire world is built. These mothers, from Chi-Chi's fierce advocacy to Hana's quiet acceptance, show us that the mother archetype is the primordial source of life and identity. They provide the life-giving energy that fuels every shonen power-up and every emotional breakthrough. Being a good mother in anime, as in life, is a high-level skill. It requires the compassion to hold on and the wisdom to let go, allowing the child to separate and find their own soul. These characters aren't just background players, they are the architects of the hero's journey. Which anime mother do you think best represents the Great Mother archetype? Let me know in the comments.